What's up, guys? You're watching the Quezt, and I'm your host, Robert Dylan Vasquez. I feel like I can give you bigger. Hello. What's up, guys? You are watching the Quezt, and I am your host. Robert Dylan Vasquez. What's up, guys? We're out here for episode 46. It's 11/26/21.
Turn on.
And you guys are out here on a day that ends with a Y, and I appreciate that. I'm tired. Peak has started. Thanksgiving just happened. Were you guys thankful? Or were you in a groovy little piece of shit? With Thanksgiving over, Christmas is right around the corner. So December, the end of November, and a lot of December, if not all of December, are going to be dedicated to Christmas-themed kind of episodes. So send in your Christmas. Every time I do that voice, I imagine like the Drake and Josh, like, hug me, brother. So, Christmas, guys, get ready for that. Send in your Christmas ideas, if any. How was your week other than Thanksgiving? And if you have to include Thanksgiving, I hope you were surrounded by loved ones, not just family. Family's whatever. And if you were surrounded by family, I hope that they kept all of their issues to the side like they're supposed to do for the handful of holidays in the year. That's what people do. They just get together and like, shut the fuck up and eat. Shut the fuck up and eat. And that's what you do for holidays. You get together with your family, or you're around more of an outspoken family, and you don't get to keep everything in. I've been around those families, and boy, is it fun. What's up, guys? I'm going to give you TBD on the CZ. I'll let you guys know when I'm going back to the Comedy Zone. I'm going to give you a representation of how my week has been, and it's up for you to decide how to interpret it.
You know when it's right. You know when you feel it, baby.
The crack of his voice, dude. Oh, it's so apparent.
You hold it. You hear it. You taste it. It's right.
This chorus, though, fire.
Diet Pepsi. You got the right one, baby.
You're talking about, it's just Diet Pepsi. What are those women doing there? He's like 12. Okay, what was he trying to say? If it's irresistibly personified for the simplification of the derogatory statements of the witness, and then he was and the defendant attacked the plaintiff, and then that's why we're in here, and Judge Judy was the...
I'm sorry, what was that last?
Anyways, that's how my week has been. So, thanks for bearing with me, guys. I hope that you have had a much better week than I am. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. A lot of you Quezters out there have weird friends that don't know about this podcast. This podcast might be self-proclaimed, but it is everyone's favorite weirdest podcast they know. Unless you're watching like true crime and stuff, and that shit can get pretty weird. I'm convinced that people watch true crime. So have you ever watched the show like Doomsday Preppers? Some of you know where I'm going with this. Like, oh yeah, dude, I should get like a bunker just in case like zombies come. You're fucked if zombies come. How about that? Dude, I should get a bunker just in case there's like a nuclear disaster. Dude, no. Anyways, people try to prep for stuff like that. And I feel like when you watch those true crime shows and listen to those true crime podcasts, you're like, nah, that he fucked up. He should have bleached the blankets. And you figure out, you kind of like, man, if I ever killed somebody, I wouldn't do it like this. And you just start piecing puzzles together. You start Amazon and chloroform to your house. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to avoid the fine print in the beginning. And if you don't know what that is, go back. Remember where you are. Timestamp this, right, where you are right now. And then go back and read that little fine print. And that's as much as I can help you out. I'm sorry. I can't do any more. So without further ado, we're going to move on to the Imprint of the Week, brought to you by Imprint Jones. Shout out to Imprint Jones for this next paragraph. Ready? If you had the opportunity to host a holiday special, which season would you choose based off of your favorite time of year to do it? And how would MoonRouteStudios creatively produce it to make it different from every major network in the past who've done these specials? Dude. Okay. So let's break this down. If you had the opportunity to host a holiday special, which season would you choose based off of your favorite time of year to do it? Okay, so I'm going with the Christmas special because it doesn't get more special than Christmas. Excuse me. And now, when it comes to how would MoonRouteStudios creatively produce it to make it different from every major network in the past who've done these specials. So when I think about that, I think about like ABC and all the guys or the people that do like this type of movie every year. I don't know what this movie's called. I know that that's Snow Miser, but I've never seen it because I'm not really a puppeteer, claymation. I was about to say cremation. Jesus Christ, I'm not a claymation puppeteer kind of guy. I prefer my stuff to be a little more animated. Yeah, I'm picky. I don't know. So, I'm Snow Miser. I've never even seen that guy, right? But I know the song, and it's from this next little thing. And I'm going to go ahead and get into that. Oh, shout out to Imprint Jones. He's going to know this just from the sound. Dude.
I'm Mr. White Christmas. I'm Mr.
That's old
Snow.
boy, right? That's old buddy.
I'm Mr.
And then,
Icicle.
who's
I'm
that?
Mr. Ten Below.
Who's that? Who's that?
Dang! Call me Snow Miser. Whatever I touch turns to snow and
Dude, it's Arnold. It's Arnold and his gang of frozen cones or whatever.
Come on, sing! Louder, come on, sing! Come on! Yes, come on, louder!
And that's the only reason that I know that fucker right there. So, shout out to Mr. Freeze. Anyways. But I would probably be, now this is where the twist comes in. I would creatively produce it. I wouldn't be the character because I'm obviously 27 years old. But I would get a kid to play the son of a Christmas villain, whether it be Snow Miser or Jack Frost. And I know Jack Frost was the movie where the dad dies, but he comes back to life as Jack Frost. Whatever. That was a good, heartfelt movie. I'm talking about when Jack Frost was the villain, and I think one of the Santa Claus movies. So, like, being the son of a Christmas villain, you unfortunately have the same address as Santa's, like, the evildoer or Santa's rival, rather. And so it would be about the son trying to get a card to Santa without his dad, like, knowing. And be like, hey, I know my dad is... I know my dad's a villain and all, but if you could pop me in a little PS5, and he's like, that'll be $850 on the underground, kid. I know a guy, his name's Ty, and he's Ty. You can get it for $850. That's a true story. I heard that at the barbershop. I think I told you guys that. You can get you a PS5 for $850, and then it's probably just gonna keep going up. Anyways, past the underground deals. But that's what it would be. It would be like, I would be the son of a Christmas villain. I was trying to work in the Grinch, but let's just say Jack Frost, because the Grinch has his own redemption story or whatever. And I would just be trying to get in contact with Santa the whole time. And do you know how hard it would be to get in contact with Santa when you're the son of a villain in a Christmas movie? And people have no sympathy for you. They're like, I know your daddy. So there's the imprint of the week, brought to you by Imprint Jones. My favorite Christmas special of all time is Jingle All the Way. And oh man, it gets me sometimes. But this is not one of those times because I'm on a podcast. But we're gonna watch my favorite ending to a Christmas movie ever.
Wait!
Did you see how man? I was so close.
Wait!
Sinbad.
Merry Christmas.
He ends up giving him a toy.
Wow. But hey, thank you. Thank you. You know, this is gonna make my son really happy.
So the whole time they're fighting over this doll. And at the end, he just gives it away. Ah. Do you know what I did?
I'm sorry about that little tension we had on the roof up there.
Hey, it's cool.
Hey, it's cool. What are you, a street thug? What does Jake Lloyd think he's fucking gangster or something? Does he think he's fucking gangster or something?
But Jamie, I thought you wanted this doll more than anything.
What do I need the doll for? I got the real Turbo Man at home. What do I need the doll for? I got the real Turbo Man at home.
Dude. Oh, man. Like, he was so caught off guard with, what the fuck are you doing? Oh.
That's my husband.
And then they start pick him up. And you start cheering him
That's
on.
my dad! That's my dad!
Oh, God. That's my, favorite one ever. So, that's what I would do. Dude. I like Jake Lloyd and everything, but that dude is a demon, dude. That dude is a demon, dude. I am Jake Lloyd. Oh, that's my dad. Oh, look at this guy. This isn't even the only mugshot that he has. He looks like a character in Breaking Bad or Prison Break or Brokeback Mountain. Any of the breaks. Dude. Shout out to Jake Lloyd. Shout out to my boy Arnold that made it in 2 videos on the Quezt. Dude, he's got to put that on his resume. Back-to-back videos on the Quezt. Arnold, you should be proud. Anyways, fucking... On to the question. What's a family heirloom you think would be cool to pass down? The first thing I thought of when I asked myself this question is a sword, dude. And I know that's only the handle or whatever, but that's the whole image. But I think that would be really cool. Like a knight-ish, family sword that you could pass down generations on generations. And it can have a body count, too. Bro, I went to a vintage pawn shop, and I got this fucking sword right here. Shing! Fucking, I gotta wait to slash. This thing's real. I mean, it's not very long, but I was like, I don't have much at the house, so I should definitely get this. Dude, if a fucking robber came in, and I was like, he'd be like, what the fuck? Or like I said about the zombie apocalypse, I'm not running out of ammo, baby boy. And so I'd fucking lick it, and my son. And I'd pass it down to him, and then he'd be like, Father, I am not ready for the family sword. And I'd be like, oh yeah? Now you are. It's like, Dad, fuck. Dude, now I got a sword and nunchucks. So fuck with me. Oh, but yeah. And it could have a body count. Like, it's like, this sword has taken over 100 men from the earth. It's because you don't want to say, like, taking lives or anything. That sounds kind of sadistic. But this sword has sent many a men into the shadow realm. This sword. Anyways. But yeah, a sword. I was thinking an amulet, but I come from a family, and I don't know this. I have to do the ancestry thing for Christmas, but I feel like I come from like a family of thieves. Like I feel like street rat. Like that's that's so terrible to say about my bloodline, but that's what I feel. I feel Aztecian. I feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like I came from royalty, right? And so I feel like we would just pawn it off. I'd be like, somewhere down the line, it got pawned off or lost in storage or something like that. Like, just anyways. But yeah, a sword, a family sword. It's definitely not going to be this one. I'm probably going to have to craft one. Going to make like a blacksmith thing in the garage and just make my own sword, man. I think it would be sick. And just create this family heirloom that's just, I mean, because murder is illegal, so I don't know how I'm going to have, I don't know how I'm going to gain a body count on it, rather. I'm probably going to have to get in a lot of fracases, probably claim self-defense, and then just be, like, really good with my sword, just fucking ding, 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 like dodging bullets and stuff. I'm not Deadpool. I'm going to die. But that's it, dude. On to the final segment of the show. And I'm going to need the sword for this, because fucking... You like that, didn't you? That's some slick shit. On to the unlocking memories. I'll wrap it up and get you guys out of here. I have trying to get Brendan Schaub to unblock me. Now, a lot of you guys might not know who Brendan Schaub is. He is one half of The Fighter and the Kid, T-Fat K. He is the fighter. Ex-UFC. He played for the NFL for like a cup of tea or whatever. I think he made a practice squad or something. I'm not sure of all his credentials, but I was a huge fan of this guy. Huge fan of this cat, especially when he started to pop, like him and Brian. And so over the years, I've gone on to other comedians and stuff, but when in like the hype of me being, I don't want to say infatuated, just a big fan of this guy, huge fan, I was starting stand-up. And in my first set, it's on my Instagram, on my first set, I talk about fighting Justin Bieber. I went crazy, guys. I went a little crazy. I had less than 300 followers on Instagram. I think I still do. I don't know. And so, no, I think it's like three something. Anyways, so I had less than 300, and I'm trying to fight Justin Bieber in 2016, 2017, in the height, or not the height, but like super big, super huge Justin Bieber, mega icon, superstar Justin Bieber, and I, in South Carolina, am trying to, hey you, fight me. So I do a bit about it on stage at the Comedy Zone. And then later on in that year, or early in the new year, Brendan Schaub goes to the Comedy Zone. So in the middle of that, of me trying to fight Justin Bieber in my set, I'm trying to promote this fight. And so I get in the comments on one of Schaub's posts, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to fight Justin Bieber, blah, blah, blah. And then I try to go to Brendan Schaub's page, and it's blank, which means he blocked me. And I'm like, oh no. Because at the time, I'm like, that's the half a T Fat K. This is the podcast that I watch all the time. And I'm like, oh no, I'm just trying to fight Justin Bieber. I wasn't trying to. I want you to like me, and what if I make it in stand up, and I meet you one day, and there's this weird tension. So, like I said, Brendan Schaub went to the Comedy Zone in January, and I drive to the Comedy Zone. I wanted to get 2 tickets, but Miranda didn't really know him like that. And I think I invited my boy Spence, but he had to work or something. So I go up there alone. And I don't know what I was thinking. I not only paid for a ticket to just sit, and I sat at a table by myself. It was me and then 3 empty chairs right in the front row. And, I mean, you notice the people. When you're doing stand-up, you notice the people that are at least right here. Because they're the only people you can see because the lights are so fucking bright. So you're just picking out people, like, in the front row. He didn't talk to me. We didn't engage during the show or anything. Had a pretty all right set. I did the meet and greet ticket where I knew that I was going to go meet him after the show and, you know, get a little picture. Hey, how you doing? I don't know what I wanted accomplished. I knew what I wanted accomplished right then, and I'll tell you. I wanted him to unblock me. I wanted him to unblock me, and I wanted him to know, hey, it was just me trying to fight Justin Bieber. I'm sorry. And so I'm in line. Show's over. I'm in line. And I'm finding it hard to find out how to start this, and I should have known that as the signal of, like, this is a crazy thing to do. Just say hello and how much you love him. And, oh, God. So I go up to him, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, first of all, you fucking killed it. He's like, oh, thanks, brother. And he dapped me up or whatever, and he brings it in. And I'm like, okay, two things real quick. And I was like, at the time I was training at Revolution with this guy named Justin Scoggins, and he was in the UFC, beat up the likes of Ray Borg and others. And so I was telling him that I was training with him. I was getting trained by him, and he had a fight with Ian McCall, I think. And I was asking him about the matchup, and he goes, oh, it's a tough fight for your boy. And, you know, MMA, he's probably tired of hearing all that stuff, but he was engaging a little bit. And I was like, okay. Second thing. I was like, I, on this stage a couple months ago, was doing a stand-up bit about trying to fight Justin Bieber. And so to promote the fight, I went on your Instagram and I commented, you know, me and the Justin Bieber fight on the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather undercard. I was like, you could dress us up in tutus or something. And when I pull up your page, it doesn't exist. And he looks at me and he's just like, oh, okay. I don't know what to tell you. like that kind of face. I'm like, I'm just wanting to know if I could, like, get unblocked, you know? And he's like, oh, you're blocked on there? He's like, well, were you talking like shit or something? And I'm like, oh, you didn't hear what I just said. So, and he's like, well, man, good luck fighting the Biebs. You want a picture? I was so defeated. I was like, now I'm never going to get unblocked by Brendan Schaub. And so that's how I know I have to do more stand-up shows, and I have to make at least, you know, what do they call that? I have to be a blip on the radar of stand-up so I could get in front of him again and take a better picture. Because he's got the camera face. He's got the, I'm going to just put my face like this every time I have to take a picture. Hundreds, thousands of pictures. And so he's just can't. And I'm like, because I got a big fucking zit on my face. I got one right now. Almost in the same spot, but that shit was so apparent. And I felt so defeated. I drove home from Charlotte like, well, didn't get unblocked, but he had a good show. Dude, I just thought that was a crazy thing to do. I went crazy and I tried to fight Justin Bieber and nobody told me, like, hey, you need to be a little more realistic. You know, you've only been doing stand-up once. You did stand-up once. So now that I've done it a couple handfuls of times, you know, over a dozen, over a couple dozen times, whatever. So there are levels to this. And to meet people like that and to have that story like in my belt. And so if I was to ever, I don't know, just little stories like that are funny. So we'll see where it goes. I just thought that was very embarrassing, and I thought that would be a good unlocking memories for you guys. Don't ever make fun of me. But I love you guys. I'm going to dip. I got stuff to do. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Make sure your friends aren't going around during the holiday seasons being cum socks. Bring them in. We are all loved here. I need to get this is not a cult button. Did I go over everything? I'm pretty sure I went over everything. Dude, the sword looks sick. I want a sword. Brendan Schaub was so nice. I just want to be unblocked. Fucking episode 46. Unblock me, Schaub. No. I hope you guys have a good week. I will be back with you next week. And when I come back, November will be no more and December will be here. So I hope that you don't think that it's not going to be Christmas themed or holiday themed or winter themed or snow themed. Anyways, I will see you guys next week.